I've been usurped, KeyFrame. Take note. She stole the show.
Goldie just wanted to. He texted me saying, "Tell them, sorry for the inconvenience."
I was sitting there prepared to tell him, and he might have been amused.
Tell him
this.
He's a complete jerk.
I was gonna say.
Okay.
No.
Crown. Prince.
His Royal Majesty. That's how I always refer to Crown Prince. There we are.
George.
Tons of fun is here. All right then.
I like your profile pic, Corp.
Thank you.
Do you want to hear a weird thing that happened today with
Okay.
YouTube autoplay? So I'm working on one of my Brony galleries, and I have YouTube autoplay on my iPad, and I was watching some old Sesame Street shorts because it's sort of a nostalgic thing today. And somehow through YouTube autoplay, it went from Big Bird to Nostalgia Critic to some guy talking about fisting a horse. And it's like, how are these things related?
A domino effect because I've been to a psychology creativity class and we kind of had to do stuff like this.
All right. It appears that I'm going to go with Ino as a fill-in for Peter. Screw it. All right then. I guess we'll be good to go in a second. Certainly.
Hi, I know.
I know. Gray here is my
Hey.
shipping artist that I'm using to torture everyone with. You know Corpulent, of course. The gentleman there with the lightsaber is His Royal Majesty, and you of course know KeyFrame.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Key. Hey, Corp. Hi, Crown Prince.
Also-
I'm actually kind of flattered to meet you.
Hi.
Kinda. You have one rule: don't piss off His Royal Majesty. That's literally it.
Okay. Let's see
Yeah,
if
or
I
you'll
can
be-
find that art.
Or you'll be banished into the cornfield.
Yes.
Hey, I do have cornfields around me, so we're not joking.
Yes.
Okay, so it's
Oh, yes. And
It's
hello,
topical.
Great Cat, and hello, FNGR.
Thank you. I know.
hyposcript. You may also know me from making some poses for Rosie.
Yes.
For
I got-
who?
Hey, Greg, did you make a video, an analysis video recently?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think I saw that, yeah.
You'll
Awesome.
notice it because the artwork is top notch. Make note, I know. You're going to make everyone's day in Corpulent a secret stream. This is me
Why?
winking at each person in there. They know who they are.
Well, Corpulent isn't having a secret stream.
Oh, he's
tonight,
not going
so-
to? Oh, well, screw it. Tough
Nope,
luck then.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Do this shiz.
This is FNGR, and today we're being joined by... I'm just going to move on. Corpulent Brony!
Hello, everybody.
I know Hi Senshi.
Good evening.
Gray Cat Silvermane. Is it Gray Silvermane?
It can be either Grey Cat, Grey Silvermane, or whatever, but vengeance will be mine.
All right, vengeance will be his. And returning to Limbo is Crown Prince.
Worst podcast ever.
Certainly. And our queen of Limbo for this week is KeyFrame. Oh, that was beautiful. I'm going to go steal. That's going to be your animation right there. We're going to get that right out the
Oh,
bat.
lovely. Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, then. I, of course, have a series of questions prepared, but if anybody else would like to cut in right off the bat. I wanted to get together with Key and Goldie, but Goldie had to pull in and say, I want you guys to start screaming at Gray for the artwork, because he's like, I'll take all the blame if they're upset about anything about it. I was like, take all the blame. You should come on the show.
Oh my.
Gray, I have to say, the title card, the thumbnail art, it looks amazing. Yeah, I
Thank
really
you.
liked how you drew KeyFrame.
Thanks.
Yeah, he went between. He wanted either to do Princess Leia or Cleopatra, and I was like, that Princess Leia pose is her dressed up in a slave uniform, so I think Cleopatra is probably the safer one.
Yeah, I
excuse
wanted to.
phone.
Wait. Okay. You go,
I don't know. I think she got taken out by a milkshake or something.
or the cat.
Yeah, the cat. She was only
Yeah.
21.
And we have it all
Yeah.
live here.
Yes.
Yay.
We've had our first fatality on Limbo podcast. A moment
Are
of
we
silence.
supposed to explain this to Golden?
Gray said he'd take all.
Me.
Gray said he'd
I
take
did
all the
not
blame.
plan this.
This is a great start to a podcast. Anthony can't say a damn word and then the phone rings. It can only go uphill from here.
Yeah.
Oh no, I want to see how much worse it can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I started about the title card. I wanted to have Golden's reaction to be as cartoonish, and I needed something to justify it. So my first thoughts were either to dress Key into either something really sexy or have the I don't know, like lick her ear, but Anthony wanted to have it kind of tame. So I went with the dress code for, well, something kind of hot that can fit on a pony. And my first thoughts were either the classic slave Leia or one of my favorite, the Asterix and Obelix Cleopatra.
It looks really, really cool. I love your art style.
Yeah, thanks.
I would have gone with the Leia if I knew Crown Prince was going to have that lightsaber thumbnail right there.
I swear that's not up. Oh, on the Skype call, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Would that make Crown my father?
Yeah.
No, it's impossible.
I can't help but notice you have a legal there. Are you going to college for law?
No. I just recently turned 18 last week.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, so I used according to me and A&Y were having a conversation, and I made this phrase that he quoted me on like 3 times throughout the conversation. KeyFrame, legal to vote, legal to legal to dominate the world.
Way to go, FNGR.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
KeyFrame 2015.
But what is your education goals then? What do you... Since I can't ask you what your college debt is yet.
Yeah, my education goals is that I'm awaiting the letter. It's nerve-wracking for Loyola Marymount to go into animation, and
Awesome.
yeah, either way, even if LMU doesn't accept me the first time, I'm going to Palmdale. There's a junior college there that does media stuff. Going to go in there and then just apply again. You know, I worked 5 years to get to that college. I ain't giving up now. But it's like I'm serious. Want to go into animation and media production and stuff like that. Mostly like I really like character and sequential animation to like make stories and stuff. I would probably be like J.G. Quintel or Penn Ward, the people who make the shows. Like come up with the characters and concepts. Or if I had to just be someone who does that, I would love to be like a character designer or a storyboard artist on the show. My dream is to work for Cartoon Network.
Oh, nice.
I love Cartoon Network.
Nice.
It's my favorite network.
If only you knew.
I was going to say, now that we actually have an animator in the call, do you have any questions that either of you would like to exchange or any advice that you would like to bestow on the now budding, aspiring artist?
Oh, I don't have any advice, but unless you have specific questions, I can.
Oh, I was going to ask, because I remember the video you posted when you were showing like a little time lapse of a scene you were working on for that Griffin thing.
Oh, yeah.
Did you make that light box or did you buy it?
That light box is 3 plastic crates stacked on top of each other. I made it, yes.
Okay.
If you could even call it that.
Okay,
because it will kill you though. It'll kill your back.
Okay, because the way I don't post my animations up because I'm working on an animation for a short intro for one of my videos coming like as intro to the Ask series, and I'm working on that today along with working on a painting. I prefer to draw things out on paper first, whether it's drawings or animations or anything, because you get what I mean. You feel better when you have more control of a hand and pencil on paper than on a tablet.
Yes, I understand that completely.
Yeah. Plus, I like the look of how hand drawn on paper then going into computer looks rather than straight on tablet.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they don't teach that really anymore. That traditional.
That's the great thing about Loyola, because my best friend and my sister Lauren, who is Lonnie Lioness on DeviantArt, who is an amazing artist. Apparently, during the freshman and sophomore and even junior, but senior year, they just take you off and they're like, make your own film. See ya, buddy. They teach you, one of the first things they teach you is to do just straight on paper animation, and then you can do like specialized animation if you want, but then sophomore year they show you some CGI stuff, but most of their stuff is either working straight digital or drawn on paper first and ink and color in digital on Toon Boom and Flash. That's why I like Loyola a lot.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Yeah. Next question?
Oh, yeah, certainly. Sorry, 1 second. I had to juggle something real quick
This
there.
is much more chill than the Robin cast. I think that it's because we have lack of Peter.
Well, there was that Robin just was hyper-energetic and very young.
Okay.
What role model?
I mean, I could be hyper if you want me to. You do.
No, I think you're doing an amazing job.
Okay. Thank you,
This is
because I went to the store today to get some groceries, and it's bad to say that I feel an immense amount of ecstatic elation due to the fact that this was the first time that I was going to the store by myself and buying everything that I wanted.
Oh, that is
Because
that
I'm
is the best thing, though. That is
I
so
know,
much
right?
fun.
I got to go to the aisles and I got to hold the food stamp card. And okay, it sounds less epic because I'm holding a food stamp card. You know, you have to deal when you're on the poverty line. And then
don't feel bad. I have any. What do you call them again? It's
food stamp
EBT.
Card.
Yeah, it's
EBT. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I'm
that's
like
funny.
Watching,
I help people.
and I'm walking down the aisles, and you would laugh if you saw me. I was sort of doing the pinky thing, like the pinky hop thing, but still with a cart in my hand. And,
Okay.
and I was like looking at the different meats because I was buying ground beef to make something, and I was like, I should get the store brands and the brand name, and I put it in the cart, and then I just walked away, and it looked sort of normal, and then I just sort of had a squeam. I was like, I budgeted. It's like oh my. It's like I get excited by the most stupidest of things.
I'm picturing Starfire for some reason right now.
Oh yes. A lot of my friends say that if they had to compare me with a Teen Titan, it would be Starfire from the original Teen Titans. And I said, "Oh, not Teen Titans Go." And they're like, "We don't want to insult you." And then I'm happy.
Yeah.
But next question.
Oh,
So, what's the worst/weirdest idea for a show that you think it's actually really good?
I think I know what he means. He's like, what's the best show that a lot of people think is terrible that you actually like? Is that it?
No, I mean, I think that's no. I wanted to ask, what's the show that if you heard from someone else is actually a really bad idea or a really weird idea, after you have seen it, you just can't get enough of it?
Oh, you mean like if someone like, dude, you gotta watch this show, it's awesome. I'm like, dude, that's gonna suck. And then I watch it,
Yeah.
it's like, God damn it, I'm on the 15th episode. This is going to sound really surprising. When my friend first recommended me Doctor Who, and this was before I joined the Brony fandom. Yeah, because, like, I guess this was... when did I join the fandom? God damn, it's a blur. It's like spending a night in Vegas. My friend, Lauren, she was like, dude, Doctor Who is so awesome. And I'm like, what's it about? Oh, it's a British show. Okay, you're trying to get me. Oh, it's about this guy who had, like, multiple regenerations over 50 years, and he goes inside of a police box and solves things in space and time. And I'm just like, so it's basically live action British Time Squad. And I'm like, no, it's totally different. And I'm just like, I don't know. And he's like, here, watch this episode. And she gave me the first episode of Chris Eccleston's thing, not the second episode of Chris Eccleston's season. And I watched it and I was like, okay, this can't be good. Then I marathoned almost all of Chris Eccleston's season, and I was just like, Eccleston senpai. And then I got into the show. So Doctor Who was one of them. Usually I don't think it was a terrible concept, but it's just sort of like I heard this concept before and I didn't think it was going to be original, and then I watched it and I was like, surprised.
So you were
Nice.
never one of the ones who fell in love with David Tennant whenever he came around.
No, the thing is because I saw Eccleston first, and after David Tennant came around, I was like, oh, this guy's cool. But if I had to put my favorite modern Doctor, so Eccleston forward, it would be Eccleston's number one, then Capaldi, then Tennant, then Smith. They're all
Okay,
great
nice.
doctors.
Like Smith.
No. If we were still going, I don't want to cut anyone off. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know where we're going at now. I don't want to keep rambling about Chris Eccleston looking good in leather pants. So.
Well, we plan to keep you here until you starve. Keep her talking.
Okay.
I know a guy who keeps on talking about jeans, so you can talk about leather pants.
Please stop.
You didn't hear that.
Yes, if you have a Patreon tier to get you to stop snorting, I will gladly pay to it.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. If I laugh hard, I snort.
Oh God, I was like sitting there saying that won't happen again. Robin won't be here. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Everyone blame Robin.
Here, we'll oh, cool. We could start a new trend here. What's the most expensive thing you've ever lost?
Most expensive thing I've ever lost. My dignity? No, that's not worth much.
You know what?
That is a very
I just
big.
thought that-
I
just thought the same thing.
No, I was
mean,
about to
that's
say
a
that
joke.
I've always told people that pride and dignity are luxury items, so I can totally agree with that.
But no, I think the most expensive thing I've lost was, oh, Oh, I remember something.
This better pay off.
Oh no, it was bad. It was bad. Okay, so I'm at Disneyland. I'm at Disney World. I bought a video camera that was like $50.
Oh boy.
And I went on the Finding Nemo ride at Epcot.
All right.
And I went off the ride, and I'm like, oh, okay, that was fun. Okay, where are we go? There is a significant weight lifted off my wrist, and I look there, and my camera's gone, and I run back to the Finding Nemo ride, and it's not there, and I was just sort of like, oh shit.
You lost something at Finding Nemo.
Yes.
Kinda ironic.
But here's the thing. I swear to God, this happened. I'm walking out of the park, and I see someone walking by with a camera that looks exactly like mine, and I was so tempted to go over there, smack a bitch, and take it back. but I was afraid that it wasn't my camera, so I didn't do it. So someone somewhere has video of me having fun at a theme park. They can do whatever they want with that footage.
So it wasn't anything embarrassing.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
What's your favorite animation?
My favorite series or movie?
Either or.
Favorite animated TV series, hands down, is Steven Universe. Love that show.
Favorite character?
Pearl.
High five.
What?
High five.
I thought it was a hoof bump.
There you go.
But,
I know it's ready to start a fight over that.
no, it's like high five with what? And then it's just an existential crisis. Like,
Well,
favorite
we both
animated,
have magic.
favorite animated movie and just favorite movie of all time is Fantasia. Just love that movie.
Nice.
My favorite short has to be a tie between Nine Bald Mountain and the Nutcracker Suite with all the fairies changing seasons. I just love the animation in that. Favorite web animation would have to be... it would be a tie between Mystery Skull's Ghosts, and this is my legit opinion, and not because the person's here, is all the Pony High shorts. I watch those whenever I'm feeling depressed, and they make me laugh so hard. So they have a special place in my heart.
Oh.
Here comes the guilt trip.
Can I ask a question, though?
Yeah.
You mentioned you like Steven Universe. What do you think about all that drama that's been going around? Like, I guess Twitter. I don't know if you're aware of it.
What drama?
Well, apparently a lot of bronies have started trying to, make a Steven Universe fandom or trying to join it. And there's been a lot of pushback from the people in the Steven Universe fandom, basically saying they don't really want bronies involved with that show and everything.
I heard a few things about it, but really, I think it's the same thing with the freaking Homestuck brony problem. I really don't, and I'm not part of the Homestuck fandom. I just know people who are. But it's just like, I don't see the big deal, because in the end, what's wrong with having more people enjoy your show? It's like, I'm someone who's very much like open arms, just like, hey, you like something? I like something too. High five. I mean, like, I've been in the Steven Universe fandom for a while, and ever since like the first 3 episodes came out, and no one's given me shit, even though I proclaim I am a brony. So I haven't faced it personally myself, but just saying, from both fandoms, if it's something about porn, there's going to be porn everywhere of something. For everyone coming in Rainbow Dash, there's some picture of Amethyst ass. So I really don't see the big deal.
You're not going to start singing that song right now.
I'm actually there has been Steven Universe porn for a while now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if you like a show, my thing is just like, if you like My Little Pony and you like Steven Universe, you can like both shows. If you like Steven Universe and you don't like My Little Pony, like Steven Universe. The point is, at some point, you both enjoy Steven Universe. So I don't see, just because you enjoy something else besides that, it's so big of a deal. I really never have gotten those things, but I don't know. I think it's stupid.
There are just people who like to stir up drama on the internet for the sake of it.
Yeah, I don't get
Hey,
that.
I attack far more entertaining subjects than this.
Exactly.
Yes, don't
Which
you
brings
lump
up the
us all
baby war.
together. Yes, I was about to say, my drama is far more fun than that. What are we even arguing about?
I don't know, but yeah, the drama with all that stuff, it can go eat a gem. I don't know.
There we go. Let's see. I was aware of your better half had a bit of an interest in retro gaming. Do you have any fields, or what's your interest in the so-called electronic arts? What games are you into?
Ooh, My favorite games are my favorite gaming system of all time is the GameCube. Like that was always been my favorite with just the games that were on that system. I also like the SNES and N64, but I'm someone who also has a soft spot for the Wii. I'm a huge Nintendo fan. Like Nintendo's my favorite company. I have to say like my favorite games are Super Mario Sunshine, Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game though. Majora's Mask is the
Yes,
tits.
Majora's Mask is awesome.
Yes. SNES games, I love Metroid. I love anything Metroid except for Other M that can go die. Super Smash Brothers, if it's anything outside of Nintendo, I like Sly Cooper and Crash Bandicoot. I haven't played a lot of modern games recently. I like the Tomb Raider games from all of them that I played. And now mostly all my games are on PC because I don't have a gaming console at home. So I have the games that I have on my computer are like Left 4 Dead, TF2, Psychonauts, and now I have Stick of Truth, which I can't wait to play.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, Zach got it for me for my birthday, which is an amazing gift. Yeah, and I also like horror games, but more of the psychological horror ones that mess with your head rather than boo jump scare. And I think the only game that is an exception to that is the Five Nights at Freddy's games, even though I am a scaredy cat when I play those games. I do like the Wii U games that I've played, which I've had to play at other people's houses instead of my own. I like them a lot. I really enjoy the Wii U. Like, it's very nice and colorful and everything. And those are sort of the games I enjoy. The games that are like, they can have color and everything. I really like the visuals of game design. I mean, I like story, but I like color. And sometimes I just get so tired of when games are just showing how many shades of brown they can process. It's like, you don't need realism to make a good game, you know?
Yeah, inglorious browns and slightly less browns.
Exactly.
Chirp.
I don't know, I have one.
Go ahead, take it.
Okay, since I think I'm the only one here from the other hemisphere. Do you know any non-American or non-Japanese cartoon shows or whatever that you like or would like to share with us? Except Doctor Who, because you already mentioned it.
Non-Japanese or non-American shows that I've seen?
Yeah.
I haven't really seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of pilots that were made by people in Europe. I've never really... some of them weren't really good when they came to TV pilots. If it came to like web animation, I'm a huge fan of Ed's World. I love Ed's World, and I was actually friends with Ed Good for most of it, and it really saddened me when he passed away. But the show is really nice, and Paul Trevord is doing a great job with being the animator for the series. They're good. Who else is another British animator that I like is Brandon Turner, who does a lot of Game Grumps animated, and I like him because he has a corpulent drop, or did he just get tired of me?
He might be having a connection issue. It's fine. We can afford John.
But hi, Corp.
Haha, you can escape.
When I was gonna say, like, I really like the fact he has a consistent style, and he's very much, his animation just is really nice to look at, which is something to say for Game Grumps animations, because sometimes they're nice to look at, but they come out so infrequently, or someone comes out with them very frequently, but goddamn, their animation style is fucking ugly looking. And I'm not going to say names, but I think some people know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I have not seen not a lot of European animation stuff. So sorry.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
I
no
have,
problem.
and I just don't know if the people are from that country.
Say, Gray, I had
okay.
a quick question actually for you. I know this isn't your podcast. Where are you from?
I'm from Poland.
Oh, okay. I wasn't entirely sure.
I
Yeah.
thought you were French.
I kept thinking that too. Now I
Also,
don't-
interestingly enough, a lot of people during the Applejack podcast with Dr. Wolf, a lot of people thought I was Spanish.
I can hear a little bit of
Spanish.
it, but
Spanish.
Like, I could hear like, you are
Really?
Nikio Montoya. Like, I can hear that, but
No,
not...
actually, the best way to describe Polish is kind of like getting a Italian guy to speak Portuguese, because Portuguese has a lot of wrestling
Maybe.
sounds, and Polish has the same accent point as Italian.
It just
One of
doesn't
my-
sound like Spanish to me.
One of my friends, I got them to meet A&Y, and they didn't know he was German, and they were like, hello, and the first thing that comes out of my friend's mouth is just like, dude, are you French? and the fact
Okay.
that A&Y was on a webcam when he...
I'm sure I love that.
Yeah.
No, wait, yeah, and his expression just sort of slowly changed. Slowly changed.
Oh,
And then
man.
I thought he was going to be pissed, but instead he started talking in the Discord ANY voice. He was like, "Oh, how did you guess?"
He is such a good sport. My God.
This is
He
like one of
is. He's
these,
a sweetheart.
like that was a totally cartoonish moment when some quote-unquote ignorant people can't recognize that someone has an obvious accent. One day I should have a crossover of ANY, and that will be a salad of accents.
The battle of accents.
Yeah. Who has the weirdest accent?
I like ANY's accent. I like ANY's voice.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the first things I said to Gray in his video, and I was like, "Your accent is almost as good as ANY's."
Almost.
Actually can speak German a bit. I'm a bit rusty because I haven't spoken it since like mid-2000s.
Peter made an ass out of himself with that. I forgot the German greeting he gave him, and then AOI just like went into like a long-winded, and he's like, no, that's all I knew.
Do you want to know something funny?
What?
Okay, so I was talking to ANY one time PM, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going out to the cinema later with Andy, who's his friend." And they were like, "Oh, what movie are you gonna go see?" And he was like, 50 Shades of Grey. And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Oh, Andy challenged me and all that stuff." And he came back, and he was like, and I was like, "So how was the movie?" And he gave me a link, and because he told me he was gonna make a vlog about it, he sends me the German vlog of him and Andy talking. And I just sort of sent him a message being like,
"What do I do with this?"
Yes, exactly. I said, "What do I do with this?" And then he was like, "Just listen to it until I put up the English one." And I'm like, "Fine."
You are
And
a
I'm
diehard fan, Key. Holy crap.
Yeah, and then I was watching it, and then I just sent him a message, and this is the funny part. I sent him, "Thank you for the long-standing crotch shot during it," because the thing was, he was leaning back on like a staircase with his legs open in tight jeans. And I'm like, "Thank you for the crotch shot. It was much appreciated." And he was like, "I know what my fans want," with a little winky face. And I'm just like,
So wait, let me get this straight.
That's totally ANY.
ANY went to go see 50 Shades of Grey with Andy, right?
yes.
Shippers have had
Hysterical.
much less to work with than that.
Oh God!
Yeah,
He kept talking about how boring the movie was, and I think he summarized it the best. It was like bunch of awkward romance comedy scenes with well-shot softcore porn in between.
Also, someone commented that if Christian Grey wasn't rich, this would have been an episode of Criminal Minds.
It probably would have. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but a lot of my friends have, and I haven't read the books, but a lot of my friends have. And a lot of them were just saying, "Oh, it's nothing like the book," and I'm just like, you guys realize that if they did exactly what the book did, it'd probably be an NC-17 rating,
Yeah.
and no business is going to do that if they want to make money.
Did it make money?
Oh, it's the highest grossing film so far this year.
Oh, that doesn't say too much.
Yeah.
That
Also-
disappoints me.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of 50 Shades of Grey, this movie was tailor-made to troll me. Because my first name is Christian.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But from what I heard, like ANY gave me a summary of the movie, and I'm like laughing because my friends have told me the summary of the books, and I was like, "There's like this thing. I'm going to probably get a lot of things wrong. There's like an inner goddess that talks in her head most of the book and everything." And I'm just like, and I was like, "Did they put that in the movie?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "God, I wish they did. That would have made the movie actually funny." No,
You should
because
listen to Doug Walker do a read of those.
Need to be
He does those in different voices, and it's pretty hilarious.
it just, I don't want to see the movie, but I kind of want to rent it just to laugh at, like get a bunch of friends together and watch it just to like sort of do a riff tracks of it, basically. Because it, from what I've heard, it is not a good movie. If anything, it's just really, really boring.
Speaking
Anyway,
of which, are there any movies that you're looking forward to?
well, just coming up in the next years, because that's what movie companies seem to be doing recently. I'm excited for the film I'm most excited for coming up is Inside Out from Pixar. That movie looks great.
Yeah.
It's like, I love the character designs in it, and the concept is really cool. And the most recent trailer they came out with is showing actual scenes besides, hey, these are the characters. Because they can either do depression or puberty, because both of them kind of mix with what the imagery that they were doing with. So the other film I'm excited for, actually, is Hotel Transylvania 2.
How did you feel about the first one?
I liked it. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Genndy Tartakovsky, so I have a soft spot for it, and I love the animation in it. The animation in that film was really good. Like, it was basically a Genndy cartoon put into 3D, and I like the bounciness and the squash and stretch. And
that is true. I had a hard time paying attention to that because I felt it did not meet my expectations. I was really excited.
I mean,
but I saw the trailer for the second one, and I would watch it. I'm curious about that one too.
Yeah, like, see, with the movie, with the first movie, I didn't see one trailer for it. I saw a bunch of billboards, and I didn't. So I went into it blind. It was one of the few movies where I went into blind without any trailer or anything. So I was pretty happy with it, and I was really surprised whenever I was like, wait, this is an Adam Sandler movie? So I will say this, it's probably my favorite Adam Sandler movie, because it's Adam Sandler not having to play Adam Sandler.
Right. Yeah, actually, it didn't even occur to me, because I don't pay too much attention to the actors, so I would not have identified that
when the credits
Adam
came up
Sandler
and it
movie.
said, because when the credits came up and it said Adam Sandler, I was like, wait, what?
I actually knew that it was going to be an Adam Sandler movie, but I never go with any predetermined expectations to any movie. But again, like you said, it was just so entertaining. I especially loved everything that involved the Wolfman.
I loved that too, but the problem was with the trailer that I saw, they took all the best parts from the movie and put it in the trailer.
I hate it when movies do that.
This is sort of the go-to method of current movie making.
Yeah, like, I hate it when movies do that and they take the best parts of their movie and put it in. It's like, it's because it's just like, why? Some of the best scenes in the first movie were like, when the animation was actually used to tell the story. Like, the entire scene with Dracula telling about his wife, that was good. And the book scene, when Mavis was looking at the sunset. But some of the jokes were just like, I think my favorite one is when Drac is showing the monsters like pictures of humans, and then he just pops up like in the corner, like super tiny, is like, "You will never win," and it's just like a picture of a little kid eating ice cream, and it's just. That's why I like this trailer for Hotel Transylvania 2, is because you don't know what the movie's about.
I don't. I have no idea. Just that there's a kid.
Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah.
It looks really good, though I hate the one thing, and I have to agree with the commenters on it, was the design for this little kid looks like one of the triplets in Brave. She didn't look like, Rapunzel or anyone. She did have her own design that was a pretty nice design.
I actually read somewhere that Genndy was like the fourth or the fifth person they got to do it. And
yeah, that movie was going through development hell. This was basically Little Nemo done right. Like, something going through a lot of directors and then coming out. And unlike Little Nemo, this one was good. But yeah, I'm looking forward for Hotel Transylvania 2, Inside Out. Actually, me, Goldie, Zach, Eliora, the Wilstonator, Sweetie Bloom, when we're going to California for this week for BabsCon, on Sunday we're going to see a double feature of Cinderella, the new movie, and Home, the DreamWorks movie.
Home, what's that about?
I didn't read the summary for it, but because the trailers have not been telling me much. Yeah, but it's like, I think the worst one that I ever saw where it was like the white background thing was Baymax. Because it's like, imagine you're nearsighted, sitting in front of a TV with a white background and a white character just sort of sitting there. And it's just like, what's going on? Is my TV broken?
I've got a remark to that. Wait a minute, I'm looking at Betamax and I'm barely blind, right? Wow, did Rarity put on weight?
When did Rarity put on weight and shave her mane?
Yeah. It's a big marshmallow.
Yeah, but
this is like a script for the next Hot Diggity Demon cartoon.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies like The Good Dinosaur's coming out, which I'm curious about. I'm cautiously optimistic about that one because I was excited for it because I heard Bill Peterson was going to be the main director, and he was actually the voice of Doug. And then he also made that one Pixar short with the clouds that make like the animals. So I was excited to see what was going to happen. And then he got stepped down. There's been a bunch of script changes and everything. And just like whenever that happens, you do get a little disconcerted because the last time that happened with a Pixar film was Brave. And Brave is probably my least favorite Pixar movie. Yeah, so
I was okay with it.
It had nice visuals, but gosh, it had a botched up screenplay.
I was so excited, and then it was like...
I know, I was just like, why did you go from this screenplay by Brenda Chapman that was like really well done and had a really cool vibe to it to basically a mother-daughter CGI version of Brother Bear. The thing is that everyone asks me, what about Cars 2? And it's, with Cars 2, you know it's going to be bad from the start. With Brave, you have hope for it. You're like, you want this to be good. When you look at Cars 2 and you see Mater with machine guns, you know this is going to be dumb.
I don't know. I think it's maybe because my nephew had a big car face, so I kind of got warmed up towards it. But I think it was, again, kind of harmless, but at the same time, it was so ridiculous that it just won me over at time. Oh, yeah.
And then you make these movies that are just sort of, It's like, I think the last Pixar movie I watched that I thought was a genuinely, like, great, like, good movie, even just bordering on great, was Monsters University, just for the ending, with them not having, you know, the stereotypical happy ending, and it being
I actually really like the Monster University a lot better than Monster Inc., mostly because a lot of people complain, based their complaints on how different it is from the first movie.
It's a prequel. It's supposed to be different.
Yeah, but my point is that it tells a completely different story. From a different perspective, it's a different kind of conflict. It's basically a story of someone who's physically impaired but has a dream. It's a good story in my opinion.
Yeah, I really like the story in Monster. Like, it was probably the movie that is one of the movies that has come out that has pleasantly surprised me. Like, I thought it was just going to sort of be like, oh, an animated Animal House sort of thing. And in some ways it was, but it was actually something that was a lot more than what I was expecting. Yeah, so like, I mean, I will admit, I got a little teary-eyed whenever Mike was at the lake when they were in the human world. Like, that was just a really sad image, and it was like, oh my god, you're making me tear up over the one-eyed golf ball. So, yeah, movies. What's next?
Oh, yeah, I've only really got one question left here. What is your favorite YouTuber?
I'm gonna split this up into Brony and non-Brony because
I actually have that on there, non-Pony and Pony.
Yeah, Pony, I would have to say favorite Pony reviewer.
Yeah.
It's a tie between Anthony C and Silverquill. Because for one thing, I'm friends with both of them and they're both really great guys. And the other thing is just, they put a lot of effort into what they do. Mm-hmm. And I love seeing effort. I mean, and Golden Fox. The only reason I'm not saying Golden Fox is because everyone's going to say, bias! Bias, bias, bias! Put on the two foam fingers and pointing at me and yelling, bias. But no, Goldie puts a lot of effort into his videos. You can see that there's quality in it. And he is, bless his heart, he is such a perfectionist. He misspelled the word guest starring in me and his Hearts and Hooves Day review. Mm-hmm. And he was so angry at himself. And it's just like, hon, it's okay. He is such a sweetheart. Goldie really is a sweetheart. I respect him for having such a perfectionist personality. But sometimes it's just, I wish I could just be like, I could just pull him into my arms and like hugging him and it's like, no, calm down. It's okay. It's okay. But I need to it's okay. But yeah, Pony reviewing is Silverquill and Anti-DC. Pony in general, I love the animators of the community. So I would have to say duo cartoonist. Oh, good. I need to look at my subscription list because
come on. No, you just went with
okay.
one.
Okay. Off the top of my head, duo cartoonist, Crown Prince.
Off the top of your head, you say.
Look, shut your mouth, changeling. Duo cartoonist, Crown Prince, and the guy's name escapes my mind, but he made the Once Upon a Time in Canterlot with the
Kanashi Panda.
Kanashi Panda.
Yeah.
I love Kanashi Panda.
That's actually ANY's favorite, ironically.
Well, overall, I just love that style. Like, it's sketchy, but it's so flowing. It's really fantastic. And music, there's Black Griffin and Ponaphonic. There's one artist that I like that's kind of underrated, and that's Mr. Brony Dash. He's been making like a few country-ish songs, and I really do love them. And he's really good. He's really good.
What is your favorite non-pony YouTuber then?
Oh, non-pony YouTuber. Markiplier, Game Grumps, Jesse Cox and Krendor. A lot of things that have to do with Polaris. I'm very much into gaming and Let's Play videos because they are the perfect things to have playing as background music, background audio when you're working on things. So I tend to listen to that the most. Ed's World with animation. Thing is, I watch a lot of videos and not a lot of channels. That's it. My favorite thing to watch like very often is Rebel Taxi. I love his reviews and his Pizza Party podcast. The Pizza Party podcast, I'm so happy that they're really long because then I can just listen to him. He's rude, he's crude, but he's very insightful, and I really like that. Plus, there's a lot of editing in his videos that is really well done. And speaking of which, JonTron and Caddicarus.
Yeah, Cad's the best, absolutely.
Caddy, why do I keep forgetting Caddy? Caddy is the best, and given that I've talked to him, he is a sweetheart. He is very nice.
How did you get a chance to talk to Caddy? I'm jello now.
We just sort of chat sometimes because like originally I was talking to him along with Paw and Suede from thatguywiththeglasses.com for a charity live stream, and he couldn't make it because he was going to be out of the house that day. Like he was going to be doing something in like London or something. But after that, we just sort of chat once in a while, and we just sort of shoot the shit and stuff. And he's a really nice guy. And Suede's also a nice guy. Haven't talked to Paw in a while, but from the times that we've spoken, he's also nice. Reviewers can be really nice people. Oh, and I guess because I have to say the name or else I'm either going to get fired or spend another day in the dungeon. A&Y is also awesome.
He is.
He is awesome. A&Y is just the coolest dude around. He's probably just my favorite person that I've ever met, besides Goldie. And Lauren.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known Lauren for 7 years, so that she sort of tops everyone. She's the real queen of Limbo. It's like, without her, I wouldn't even be here.
Just to make it clear, we are not talking about Lauren Faust, right?
My friend Lauren, who is Lonnie Lioness on DeviantArt, ever since I was 7 years, so ever since I was 11, she has been my best friend, my mentor, and she was the one who got me into the Beatles fandom, Beatles fandom, Doctor Who fandom, Game Grumps fandom, and Pony fandom. And she goes to LMU. She showed me what LMU is. She helped me with my animation and drawing skills. Basically, everything that I am and what I've done is all thanks to her. And I can't thank her enough. She is the best person I've ever known. She's my sister.
Oh, praise the Lauren.
I wanted to cite one of the things I was going to try and trip up either or you guys had you come in on as a couple. I was going to be like, okay, let's see, who can I ask this first and who will screw up and give the wrong answer? Between you and Golden Fox, I was going to ask, who means the most to you? And I was going to I wonder if they're dumb enough to say someone other than the person that they're with.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Goldie is by far the most important person in my life.
That's the correct answer. Yes, I know.
I love him with all my heart. But if you're talking about someone who is not romantically involved with me, it would be Lauren.
Okay.
And then A&Y. Because those are my two best friends in the world, and Goldie is just the best person that has taken my heart and every other cheesy phrase from a romantic comedy. I mean, I love him. He is the best.
Certainly.
By the way, did anyone else notice that the most outstanding couples in the Brony analysis community are all primarily red male with primarily brown female?
What?
I think he was trying to make a Toon Critic thing. Red male with a brown female.
I mean, Toon Critic with Eliora.
Actually, the biggest trend that we've noticed as far as canon ships in the Brony analysis community is a unicorn and a Pegasus together.
Yeah,
very
also
few
the color
canon
thing is
ships have split from that.
No one wants to date an Earth pony. Take note, Pasta.
Oh, no, that's not true.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Your Majesty. You're one of the good uns.
No, well, see, Crown Prince isn't just an Earth pony. She's also a ship. he's also a Sith Lord and
Yeah.
an animation god and everything else.
Crown Prince is like a Pinky kind of Earth pony. They shift the powers cosmic.
It's one of those Earth ponies that you swear that under their mane they just have a tiny little horn.
There's something there.
Something.
Actually, that's my headcanon for Pasta for the reason why he hates unicorns is that when he's actually a unicorn, but he has like an extremely tiny horn that looks like it's like a little bump on the forehead.
I thought I was being
used
insulting.
to make fun of him when he was a kid, so he just identifies as an Earth pony and grew his mane out over his head.
So he's anti-phantom horn.
Pretty much.
God. Corpulent, is there a question you want to ask the guest?
Sure, KeyFrame. If you don't mind, I was wondering, I've been wondering the entire time here, who is best pony?
Why do I feel like this is going to be, if I don't answer that purple one with the
You
wings
can
and
say
horns,
whatever you want.
Oh, that's a good answer.
No,
though.
it's a good answer, but you don't have to say.
If I had to put it from if we're talking about main six, from best to my least favorite but still good. Pinky, Twilight,
There we go.
Rarity, Fluttershy, Applejack, Rainbow Dash.
Ooh.
I just Rainbow Dash I identify with the least, and Pinkie Pie I identify with the most, but I also identify with Twilight and Rarity a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say
Twilight's awesome though.
Who's
Twilight's
your
best princess.
Who's your overall favorite if you don't have to do main six? Just
Overall favorite out of everyone would have to be of the canon universe. It would be a tie between Pinky and Cheese.
Oh, nice.
But if we're going by also fanon, then the obvious answer would be a tie between Ditzy and the Doctor. Yay.
Do we have anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
This has been a rather chill stream. I'm very surprised. Oh wait, you haven't asked me. You haven't asked me that question of if I can remove something from the fandom.
Oh yeah, I was trying to dodge that. Or let's see, I was like looking at that one.
Power.
I didn't feel like getting shot down with the American. What do you like about America today? I was like, I don't feel like hearing someone trash America today. I'm just gonna skip over that. I was like, this isn't gonna be the day where someone says something super patriotic, and I ask Crown Prince to put an American flag behind them while they sit there and do the spiel.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
What do you think is the worst part of the fandom?
Nothing. The entire fandom is just a wonderful bucket of chaos. I love everything.
That was beautiful.
It's a thing. No, that's the thing. Love the animation, love the music, love the clop, love the safe work, love the non-safe work, love TRY, love duo cartoons, love everything.
I've actually gotten to speak to TRY.
Oh, I bet she's really cool to talk to.
Did you?
He? Huh.
Oh yeah. That's this was in the middle of the night. I was in Sheldon's room.
It's like the same thing with like Zone Sama, like because everyone thinks Zone Sama is a girl because the mascot is Zone Tan, but no, it's a guy.
It was Mittsies and TRY. We were drinking in the middle of the night, really bored, just throwing random people in there. And I was like, I'm bored. I'm throwing Mittsies in here. And instead of leaving, he hung out for 4 hours plus. And right when I went to hit record, he's like, "You're not recording this, are you?" I click record. No, absolutely not. I'm not recording a single word of this. That is sitting on a Google Doc right now. Mitzies is literally the most insane person I've ever. I mean that in a completely nice way. He pretended to be Russian for 4 hours talking about like you donate to Dodge tier. The Russian ruble is so small. I am from Ukraine. It was so amazing. Oh my god.
That just sounds like that would be the conversation of a lifetime.
It was. Like, I'll put it to you this way. Freaking Vito was sitting in the chat, and he was, like, mortified. He's like, I don't geek out for anyone in the fandom, but he's like, holy shit, I am freaking out right now.
But yeah, but if I had to say anything, I don't think I would actually remove anything from the fandom, because even the most weirdest, strangest thing, it complements another thing. It's like a giant circle. You can't get rid of one thing or else the entire thing will topple over. It's like kind of split an atom.
What about like the drama?
She was doing so well, Corpulent. Don't you make her pick a fight.
The drama.
I won't throw out horse news then.
Oh,
like drama and stuff. It's like the
Circle
sad
of life.
truth is that with everything, for me being someone who's in many fandoms, drama's going to exist.
Yeah, I've tried to explain this to people when someone gets offended about.
I mean, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like it, and I don't like it when it happens to my friends, obviously. But it's just sort of like, you can't remove it unless the people who are starting it are willing to do so, and that's a feat in and of its own. So it's like, but here's the thing. It's like with every drama war, there's something good happening. It's a yin yang sort of thing, I guess. But it's like there's cases where it's more personal, where I will be like, I wish this wasn't happening. You know, if there was something happening to Goldie or Ann Y or Zach or anyone, I would get mad. I wouldn't be like, oh, it's drama, deal with it. But drama in general is going to happen in any fandom. Like, if you were talking about just general drama, like, oh, Twi'lek death, end of the series, that stuff I think is stupid. But if it's more personal cases, I wish that could be gone.
You know what I was dying to say when Goldie came on? I was about to say, I'm surrounded by some of my closest and best friends right now, and a lot of people I look up to and respect. If I've irritated you in any way, not that I'm asking you to do this, but you could really hurt me right now.
Oh my god!
You let him know that, like, if he did have any animosity towards me, that ship has sailed. His best chance to ever get me would have been tonight.
But you get what I mean, right? Like the general drama with media sort of thing, like Twi'lek drama and all that sort of stuff. I think is stupid. But the more personal cases, if I could get rid of it, I would.
No, I understand absolutely. I was going to state for as for the Rule 34 thing, when I notice people get upset when someone says that, I was like, well, look, as long as there's starving artists who need to make payroll or whatever it is.
I don't see the big deal. I like Rule 34. I like clop art.
Yeah, I've been doing NFC art for the furry fandom, because I'm also in the furry fandom, 4 years. I've recently kind of toned it down, but yeah, if it works for you, it just works for you.
Yeah, it's like, if you like drawing it, draw it. What is the difference between drawing clop and drawing furry porn or drawing porn of humans and stuff? It's like, it's still, at the end of the day, it's still nudity, sex, porn, and it could be well drawn or it can be lazily drawn. And that's the thing I kind of like about Rule 34 art, is that you notice that they have to put more detail into it than it being lazy, because that's what people are looking for. They're looking for something that's pleasing to them, so you have to draw it pleasingly.
I'm going to ask one screwed up question before we go.
Okay.
This one's for Ino. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Now, your OC is a girl, right?
Yes.
Now, if that was anthropomorphic, she'd have a rack, right?
Yes. Why?
Gray, we may have some business later.
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Oh, never mind. At least for now.
Is that on my computer screen? It looks like Ino's It looks like Postscript is glaring at Anthony right now.
Oh yeah, it's staring at Corpulent this time, and Corpulent's got the Twilight with the evil look on her face. Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't see the big deal with Rule 34, because it's just like, if you don't like it, just don't look at it.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like, it's there. It's there, and I mean, like, there's porn of Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, for God's sake. There's going to be porn of ponies. And it's just like...
Gods.
Yeah, also like
I knew about the
I-
Powerpuff Girls.
Okay.
That was troubling. I did not know about Foster's Home.
I get more